What if I told you that a Cuban teenager who left drama school with only 200 euros in her pocket would become the first Cuban actress ever nominated for an Oscar and is now worth $20 million? Ana de Armas didn't just break into Hollywood, she conquered it. But the numbers behind her journey will blow your mind, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how she transformed from learning English by watching Friends to commanding seven-figure salaries in just 8 years. And wait until you hear what Tom Cruise is paying her for their upcoming $200 million blockbuster. But first, let's start with a casting decision that almost never happened and changed everything. Ana de Armas almost said no to the role that would change her life forever. When the Knives Out casting directors first approached her in 2019, the character description simply read, "Pretty Latina caretaker." Her exact words, "I don't want to audition for Maria or Juana. I want to audition for whatever everyone else is auditioning for." She turned down the audition. Twice. Rian Johnson, the director, had to personally call her agent to convince her to even read the script. When she finally did, she realized this wasn't just another stereotypical role. Marta Cabrera was the emotional heart of what would become a $312.9 million blockbuster. The film made $165.4 million domestically and $147.5 million internationally on just a $40 million budget. That's a 780% return on investment. But here's what's crazy. Ana's salary for Knives Out was reportedly around $400,000. Compare that to Daniel Craig's $12 million for the same film. Yet critics unanimously agreed that Ana's performance was the movie's emotional anchor. Entertainment Weekly called her the film's secret weapon, and The Guardian wrote, "Ana de Armas gives the performance of her career." Her Golden Globe nomination for this role would set the stage for something even bigger. But let's rewind to where this Hollywood dream almost died before it began. Picture this. Ana de Armas, sitting across from Keanu Reeves for her first ever Hollywood audition in 2015, and she literally doesn't understand the words coming out of her own mouth. "I learned it phonetically. I wasn't really sure what I was saying. I would go home and study the lines like I was studying for a chemistry exam," Ana revealed in interviews. She was reciting lines for knock knock like she was reading a foreign language, because essentially, she was. The film only made $5.6 million worldwide, but it opened a door that would eventually lead to a $20 million net worth. Her salary for that breakthrough role? Probably around $50,000, enough to survive in Los Angeles for a few months while she continued learning English. Here's the crazy part. She was so determined to make it in Hollywood that she spent 4 months, 8 hours a day, learning English. Not just casual conversation English, Hollywood English. Her teacher, Chandler Bing from Friends. She literally watched every episode of Friends over and over, memorizing inflections, rhythm, and American humor. "My dad was so proud when I could finally understand what Chandler was saying without subtitles," she later joked on Saturday Night Live. The dialect coach she hired cost her $200 per session, 3 times a week. That's $2,400 per month, nearly half her rent. But she knew it was an investment in her future. She also took improv classes at UCB, costing another $300 per month, because she realized that comedy timing was crucial for American audiences. And speaking of learning curves, wait until you hear about the director who almost rejected her after Googling her photos, only to completely change his mind and give her the role that would launch her to A-list status. But first, let's talk about the Spanish gold mine she left behind. Most people don't know this, but Ana de Armas was already a millionaire before she ever set foot in Hollywood. El Internado ran for 6 seasons and 56 episodes from 2007 to 2010, becoming one of Spain's most popular TV series ever. The show averaged 3.5 million viewers per episode, and Ana was pulling in approximately $15,000 per episode by the final season. That's $840,000 just for the final season alone. But here's what's absolutely wild. She walked away from it all. She left Spain at the height of her career, moved to Los Angeles with limited English, and basically started from zero. Her exact words in a 2020 interview: "When you move to the States, whatever you've done before doesn't count. You have to prove yourself all over again." The Spanish media called her crazy. TV executives offered her more money to stay. She could have easily made $2 to $3 million per year continuing in Spanish television. Instead, she chose uncertainty in Hollywood. It all started in Cuba, when she was just 16. Jorge Perugorria, the star of the internationally acclaimed film Strawberry and Chocolate, spotted her at a birthday party in Havana and recommended her for Una Rosa de Francia. The director, Manuel Gutierrez Aragon, interrupted her audition after just 2 minutes to tell her, "The role is yours. When can you start?" That one moment led to her Spanish citizenship through her grandparents, her move to Madrid with only €200, and landing El Internado within 2 weeks of arriving. 2 weeks. The casting director for El Internado later said, "We saw hundreds of girls for that role. Ana walked in and we knew immediately she was Carolina. She had this magnetic quality that the camera just loved. That's the kind of momentum that creates superstars." But the transition to Hollywood almost destroyed her career. The movie that saved her features one of the most brilliant pieces of casting in sci-fi history, plus a salary so low it'll shock you. Denis Villeneuve almost didn't cast Ana de Armas as Joy in Blade Runner 2049. After Googling her glamour shots from Spanish magazines, he thought she was totally wrong for the role. But then he met her in person. She's got that Audrey Hepburn type thing, where her eyes just bring you in, and you're instantly on her side. There's an innocence and vulnerability that the camera picks up immediately. The film made $267.5 million worldwide on a $150 to $185 million budget. Critics called it a masterpiece, with Roger Ebert's website saying, "Ana de Armas gives what may be the best performance by an actress playing an AI character in cinema history." And Ana's salary? Probably around $20,000, for the role that would change her entire career trajectory. Here's the insane part about the audition process. Because the script was top secret, she auditioned using scenes from Ex Machina. She had to pretend to be an AI without knowing anything about the actual character. She was literally shaking so badly during her final audition with Ryan Gosling that she couldn't hold the script steady. "The last thing I need is to meet Ryan Gosling today," she told her agent afterward. But that nervousness translated into something magical on screen. As Variety wrote, "Whenever Joy appears, the movie's imaginative heart begins to race." She took a digital character and made her human, vulnerable, and heartbreaking. The role required her to film for 47 days over 6 months, often working 14-hour days in complex lighting setups and motion capture technology. That performance opened doors to the biggest action franchise in the world, where she'd earn more money in 15 minutes of screen time than most actors make in a year. But the salary disparity you're about to hear will make your jaw drop. Here's a number that'll make you question everything about Hollywood pay equity. Ana de Armas earned $70,000 for No Time to Die. Daniel Craig earned $25 million for the same film. Let that sink in. She delivered a scene-stealing performance as Paloma that critics called magnetic and the film's highlight. The character didn't even exist in the original script. It was written specifically for her by director Cary Joji Fukunaga, who said, "This character didn't exist in the film initially. It was just me talking to Cary, and he really wanted me in the movie, so they created this role specifically for Ana." The film made $774.2 million worldwide, $160.9 million domestic, $613.3 million international. Craig took home roughly 3.2% of the total box office. Ana got 0.009%, for a role that critics said stole every scene she was in. But here's the brilliant part. Those 15 minutes of screen time established her as an international action star. Her famous line, "I've done 3 weeks training," came directly from her real experience. She kept mentioning her short prep time to the stunt coordinator until Fukunaga said, "Just say it in the scene. It's perfect." The 3 weeks of training were intense. 6 hours daily of weapons training, fight choreography, and stunt work. She learned to handle a Walther PPK, perform complex fight sequences, and even did most of her own motorcycle stunts. The insurance alone for her stunts cost the production an additional $50,000. The pay disparity gets even crazier in her next projects, and this is where you'll see how Hollywood's Old Boys Club really works. 2022 was Ana's year of wild financial contrasts, and the numbers will shock you. For Deep Water, with Ben Affleck, she earned $700,000. Ben Affleck earned $7 million. That's a 10-to-1 ratio for the same leading role status in the same erotic thriller. The film was originally budgeted at $49 million, but went over budget to $63 million due to extensive reshoots. Ana worked for 89 days over 8 months of filming. Ben worked for 91 days. Their screen time was nearly equal, yet the pay gap was astronomical. For The Gray Man, with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, she earned $400,000. Ryan Gosling earned $10 million. Chris Evans earned $15 million. The film cost Netflix $200 million to produce, making it one of their most expensive films ever. But here's what Hollywood executives don't want you to know. Her performances in both films were universally praised, even when the movies weren't. Critics consistently noted that script problems weren't performance problems. The New York Times wrote about Deep Water. Ana de Armas brings a crackling energy to every scene, elevating material that often doesn't deserve her talent. And then came the role that changed everything again. And this transformation was so intense, it literally haunted her dreams. Blonde earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, making her the first Cuban actress ever nominated in that category. Suddenly, those salary disparities started looking like terrible business decisions by the studios. Her Oscar nomination put her in an elite category where salaries jump from hundreds of thousands to millions. Director Andrew Dominik cast Anna as Marilyn Monroe after just one audition, despite her going through a 6-month casting process with hundreds of other actresses. His reasoning? It was against all odds that a Cuban actress was ever going to play Marilyn Monroe. But Ana has this thing where she can disappear into a character completely. The preparation was absolutely insane, and these details will blow your mind. 9 months of dialect coaching, working with the same coach who trained Margot Robbie for I, Tonya. Each session cost $500, 3 times per week, totaling $58,500 just for voice work. 2.5 to 3 hours daily in hair and makeup, requiring custom silicone caps instead of traditional bald caps to achieve Marilyn's exact hairline. The makeup team used over 40 different products daily to transform Ana's features. Custom bleached eyebrows that had to be re-bleached every 2 weeks for 6 months of filming. Blue contact lenses that were specially designed to match Marilyn's exact eye color from archival footage. False eyelashes applied in 3 separate layers to change Ana's eye shape completely. Over 100 costume changes, many of them exact replicas of Marilyn's actual dresses, including some made from the original patterns. But here's the part that'll give you chills. Ana became so immersed in the role that Marilyn Monroe started appearing in her dreams. We had conversations in my dreams. It was beautiful. I would wake up the next morning, and it just made me feel closer to understanding who she really was beneath the icon. Her co-star Adrian Brody said, Ana was channeling Marilyn Monroe to the point that I went home, feeling this sense of joy and privilege of working with Marilyn Monroe herself. It was like she was possessed by her spirit. Even Chris Evans, her Knives Out co-star, was so convinced by transformation footage that he mistook her for actual archival footage of Marilyn Monroe when the studio showed him clips. The physical transformation was so complete that Ana's own mother didn't recognize her in the first photos from set. My mom looked at the pictures and said, "Where is Ana? I only see Marilyn," she revealed in interviews. That Oscar nomination opened doors to the biggest opportunity of her career, a collaboration with Tom Cruise that could make her one of the highest-paid actresses in Hollywood. And these numbers are bigger than you think. Here's where Ana's career gets absolutely explosive, and we're talking about a financial leap that few actors in history have ever made. She's starring opposite Tom Cruise in Deeper, a $200+ million undersea supernatural thriller directed by Doug Liman. Industry sources suggest she's commanding $5 to $10 million for this role. That's a 71 to 142 times increase from her No Time to Die salary just 4 years earlier. To put that in perspective, that's like going from making $30,000 a year to making $2.1 million a year in the same time frame. In Hollywood, that kind of salary jump usually takes decades, not years. But that's not even the biggest news. She's also starring in and executive producing Bananas, a premium Apple TV Plus limited series with Oscar Isaac, directed by David O. Russell. Apple TV Plus series deals for stars typically range $500,000 to $1 million per episode, and as an executive producer, she'll get additional back-end points worth potentially millions more. Ballerina, her John Wick spin-off, made $55.56 million worldwide in its opening weekend alone on a $90 million budget, and a sequel is already in development. This is her first franchise lead role, and franchise leads in the John Wick universe can command $10 to $15 million per film once established. Keanu Reeves made $15 million for John Wick 4, plus back-end that brought his total to over $20 million. But wait, there's a rumor circulating about an even bigger franchise opportunity that could make her the highest-paid Cuban actress in history. Plus, she's made a real estate investment that shows she's planning to stay at the top forever. Industry rumors suggest Ana is in serious talks for a major role in Avengers Doomsday, scheduled for 2026. Marvel MCU entry typically means 10 to 15 million baseline salaries for established stars, plus back-end participation that can reach 50+ million with box office success. Robert Downey Jr. made $75 million for Avengers Endgame when you include his back-end deal. She purchased a $7.2 million, 30-acre Vermont estate in 2022. And this isn't just a house, it's a statement. 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, indoor pool, outdoor infinity pool, private hiking trails, a screening room, wine cellar, and guest house. The property taxes alone are $84,000 annually, which tells you everything about her confidence in future earnings. Her brand empire is growing exponentially too. She's the global brand ambassador for Estée Lauder, earning an estimated $2 million annually. Her La Mer skincare partnership adds another $500,000 per year. Natural Diamond Council commercial appearances bring in $200,000 per campaign. Current financial breakdown shows the hockey stick growth. Net worth, $20 million as of 2024. Current, quote, $400,000 to $700,000 per film, pre-Oscar nomination rates. Post-Oscar, quote, $3 to $5 million per major studio film projected. 2026, quote, $5 to $10 million per major studio film producer fees. Additional $500,000 to $1 million per project back-end participation. 2 to 5% of profits on films where she's a producer. Let's break down the complete financial evolution, because these numbers tell an incredible story. Cuban period, 2006 to 2007. Literally $0. Working for experience and Spanish citizenship. Spanish TV empire, 2007 to 2014. Built her first fortune through El Internado, approximately 2 to 3 million total earnings over 7 years. Hollywood transition, 2015 to 2016. Near poverty, spent most of her Spanish earnings on English lessons. Rent and survival in LA supporting role phase, 2017 to 2019. $20,000 to $100,000 per film. Slowly building credibility. Breakthrough period, 2019 to 2021. $70,000 to $700,000 range. Inconsistent but growing A-list status, 2022 to present. $400,000 to $700,000, moving rapidly toward millions future projections, 2025 to 2027. $5 to $15 million per major film. Her total box office impact tells an incredible story of commercial viability. Combined worldwide box office of her films. Over $2.5 billion, Knives Out, $312.9 million, 780% return on investment. No Time to Die, $774.2 million, despite pandemic challenges. Blade Runner 2049, $267.5 million, cult classic status. The Gray Man, Netflix's most watched action film of 2022. Ana has described her career as having to restart from 3 different times, and each restart required incredible mental and financial resilience. First restart, leaving Cuba in 2007. Abandoned drama school, moved to Spain with €200, slept on friends' couches for months before landing El Internado second restart, leaving Spain in 2014. Abandoned Spanish stardom and millions in guaranteed TV money, moved to LA with limited English and about $50,000 in savings third restart, learning English in 2015. 4 months of 8-hour daily classes, spending $200 per session. Burning through savings while building a new skill set from scratch, each restart led to exponential growth, but also massive personal and financial risk. Most actors never recover from even one career restart. Ana survived 3 and came out stronger each time. Despite constant criticism about her Spanish accent, especially for blonde, she turned it into a strength. I'm Cuban. I have a dialect coach for every movie, but I'm not going to apologize for my background. I've felt judged and not appreciated many times, but I keep working. The Oscar nomination silenced critics permanently and proved that authenticity beats perfection. Now for what's coming next, and these numbers will show you why Ana de Armas is about to become one of Hollywood's highest-paid actresses. Confirmed 2025 to 2026 earnings projections based on industry analysis. Deeper, with Tom Cruise, $5 to $10 million guaranteed, plus 2% backend, could reach $15 million if film hits $500 million worldwide. Bananas, Apple TV Plus series, $500,000 to $1 million per episode for 8 episodes. Plus executive producer fees, Ballerina, sequel, $3 to $5 million. Post-success renegotiation from original contract. Brand endorsements, $2 to $3 million annually across all partnerships. Total projected 2025 to 2026 earnings, $15 to $25 million. The franchise future looks absolutely incredible, and this is where actors build generational wealth. John Wick universe expansion. Multi-film deals potentially worth $30 to $50 million over 5 years. Potential Marvel MCU integration. $50+ million with backend over multiple films. Apple TV Plus overall production deal. Could reach $20 to $30 million for multiple projects as star and producer independent film producing. Additional revenue streams from smaller passion projects. Being ranked among the top 10 globally acclaimed Hollywood actresses, in 2024, Ana has successfully transitioned from supporting player to franchise-carrying A-list star. Her combination of Academy Award recognition, proven action credentials, and cross-cultural appeal positions her for sustained top-tier earning potential that could last decades. From a Cuban teenager with €200 to a $20 million Hollywood powerhouse in just 18 years, Ana de Armas represents one of the most remarkable financial transformations in modern entertainment history. And these statistics prove it. The complete career statistics are staggering. Over 30 films and TV series across 3 different languages. $2.5 billion in combined worldwide box office. First Cuban actress ever nominated for Best Actress Oscar. Current net worth, $20 million and climbing rapidly. Future earning potential, $100+ million over the next decade. Her strategic advantages for continued growth include elements that most actors never achieve. Academy Award credibility combined with proven blockbuster action credentials. Fluent English/Spanish bilingual market reach worth billions in global box office. Established A-list relationships with the biggest stars: Cruise, Craig, Evans, Gosling, Isaac. Producer experience creating back-end leverage and control over projects' franchise-carrying capability proven across multiple genres. Working with Tom Cruise in Deeper represents the ultimate Hollywood validation. Cruise's track record with co-stars is legendary. Actors who work with him see massive career elevation. Mission. Impossible co-stars typically see their asking price double after working with Cruise. With Ana already at A-list status, this collaboration could push her into the rarefied $20+ million per film territory reserved for only the biggest global stars. The Tom Cruise factor is real. Rebecca Ferguson went from $500,000 for her first Mission, Impossible to $5 million for subsequent films. Haley Atwell's quote tripled after Mission, Impossible 7. If this pattern holds, Ana could be looking at $15 to $20 million quotes by 2027. Ana de Armas didn't just break into Hollywood, she rewrote the rules entirely. From learning English through Friends reruns to commanding 8-figure salaries, she's proven that talent, determination, and strategic career choices can overcome any obstacle. She's also proven that authentic representation matters. Her success has opened doors for other Latina actresses in ways that ripple throughout the industry. The girl who left Cuba with nothing is now worth $20 million and climbing fast. But based on these current projects and earning trajectories, she's just getting started. By 2027, we could realistically be looking at Hollywood's first Cuban actress to break the $100 million net worth barrier, joining an elite club of fewer than 50 actors worldwide. Her story proves that in Hollywood, timing, talent, and strategic thinking can create extraordinary financial outcomes. From phonetic English lessons to Oscar nominations, From $70,000 Bond girl to $10 million Tom Cruise co-star, Ana de Armas has mastered the business of being a movie star. What other Hollywood success stories would you like to see broken down with this level of financial detail? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the business side of entertainment. The numbers behind your favorite stars might surprise you, and Ana's journey proves that anything is possible with enough determination and strategic career moves.